Hello everyone, welcome back to bisptrainings.com. In today's video, I will be going to tell you how to create a WCF services in Dynamic CRM, or how can we extract the data of a Dynamic CRM by using WCF services in .NET. So for this, we need to launch Visual Studio .NET. So let's start Visual Studio first of all. So I'll go for web, and here I'm going to start a new program or a new project. Here click on file, new project, and this should be a WCF service. So I'll select WCF under Visual C# because my preferable language will be C#.NET. Select WCF service application, and we can change the name to WCF service CRM. Click on OK. Location will be my desktop. OK. So you can see here a file has been loaded with service1.spc.cs, and there are a few code in here. So before start writing the code, we need to add libraries here. So the libraries I'm going to add is manage NuGet packages, and the libraries will be Microsoft.xrm.sdk, and install this SDK. Also, I install Microsoft.xrm.client and install client as well. Now in this service1.spc.cs, so the first thing we need to do is we need to add libraries or the packages into iservice1.cs. So I open it. So we have here public interface iservice1, and within this operation contract, I'm not going to use it, so we can mark it as a comment. This also mark it as a comment, and within this operation contract, I'm going to define a new account, get account details. So this will be the account class which we are going to create here, and that's the function in that particular class. Then, because we are not using this composite class, so I write here public class account. You can see the error has been removed, and now I remove the unused code, and here I write string full name, string company name, string telephone. So I need to pull three data from the entity: full name, company name, and telephone. Within data member, I write public string full name, and here get return full name, set full name is equal to value. Basically, these are get and set properties which are used to get or set the values. In same manner, we need to create two more data members to get and set the values for company name and telephone. So I copy this and paste it. This one is for company name, and this one return company name. company name, and this one is also company name. Company name is equal to value. Then I need to add one more data member. This is for telephone. So telephone, and here telephone, and this one also for. So this is how we'll create the iService1.cs file. Let's save it. Now we open service1.svc.cs. Here you can see we are getting few error messages because this composite type class does not exist here. So I'll delete this, I remove this class completely. And also we need to add the libraries first of all. So I insert the libraries using Microsoft.xrm, Microsoft.xrm.stk, using Microsoft.xrm.stk.query, using Microsoft.xrm.client.services, and using Microsoft.xrm.client. So I have added the libraries. Now within this class, because it is inheriting the iService1 class, it is inheriting this iService1 class, and this class has got one get account detail. It will return this get account detail, and we need to use it here. So first of all, I delete this. I'm not going to use it, and here I write. Now what we need to do is we need to create a connection to the CRM instance and get the XML of entity which we want to retrieve. And here I'm using the lead entity. So I'm going to get the data from the lead entity. So I write here organization service underscore org service is equal to new organization service CRM connection dot parse. We need to pass the connection string. So URL equal to. Now how to get the URL of dynamic CRM? So for URL of dynamic CRM is https dynamics.com. So that's the URL. So I paste this URL here. Then we need to provide username is equal to, we need to pass username. So let me copy paste the username. So we have provided the details here. Next I create here account, and I service1 dot get account details, and now I'm getting this error message because this function should return a value. So what value this function should return? So just to save the time, I'm going to paste the code, and I'll explain that code to you. So that's the code, and here what I have done, first of all I have created one function here. This function should return a value. Then I create one string as fetch XML, and I fetch that data in an XML format. So entity name equal to lead name, and attribute I want full name, company name, telephone, lead ID, status code, order attribute full name, descending is equal to false, filter type is end type, and it will store into this fetch XML. Then I created a new object as a result for entity collection, and this will retrieve the data from this fetch XML. And then I used one loop. Then I used one for loop to display the value. So it will display the value or it will return the value actually. So ARR account I equal to new account, it will pull the full name, then it will pull company name and telephone, and it will return the ARR account. So once the WCF services has done, once we have done with the code, I'll save it and build it so that if any errors we can solve that issue. So I'm getting an error message here because we have got this public interface as service and we are not using this operation contract. So I'll just remove this. Again, I build it and you can see the error. Now there are no errors. So all the errors has been removed. If you see, we have WCF service CRM bin, and that's the WCF service CRM DLL we are going to use in our program. Now, how can we use this WCM service DLL in our code or in our program? So for this, I need to create one more web application. So this time, instead of WCF service, I'm going to create a new web application. So I will look for web and retrieve account and OK. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new web form, and in this web form on the design I'm going to add one tool, one grid, data grid basically. So I look for tool, view toolbox. I want to have a toolbox so that I can add a data grid. So add a grid, data grid from here. So we have I add a grid view on this. Now I'm going to bound this. So for binding, first of all we need to add a reference. So I click add reference and browse for the directory for the DLL file. So on desktop we have WCF service CRM bin and Microsoft service CRM.dll. That's the name of WCF service CRM.dll. That's the DLL file. I add this and OK. And look for the CX file, and first here I add the reference. So using WCF service CRM, and on page load I just pass a code on the page load that WCF service CRM dot iService1 SRV equal to new service 1 account ACC equal to new account and grid view 1 dot data source equal to SRV dot get account details. So that's a function. So I call this function, and grid view 1 dot data bind. That's all the errors are resolved. There are no errors, so we'll just save it and run it. And for testing we need to execute this. So first thing we need to do is we need to set this form as a start page, and now simple click on Google Chrome. Retrieval may take some time because it will be connecting to CRM online solution and then pull the data from there, so it may take some time. So you can see here this web application, this web page can successfully display the data with full name, company name, telephone, and all the data has been pulled from the database. So that's how we can use WCF services to get the data, or not only to get the data, we can use the WCF services to modify the data, to insert the record, to update the record into CRM application. So that's all in this video. If you have any queries, you can get back to us on www.bisptrainings.com. You can subscribe our YouTube channel for videos on dynamic CRM. Till then, have a nice day. Goodbye.